Hello, Happy New Year, friends. Happy New Year 2023. I hope we are all doing well and very excited to see what this new year brings for all of us. I am excited. There is something I want to share with you consider it as a new year package. You know, as a financial advisor, over the years, I have been bothered with this issue. I have met people, retirees in retirement, who have been saving their life earnings in an RRSP. You know, this is RRSP season. Now you understand why I have this video now. They actually didn't know that when you withdraw money from RRSP, you have to pay taxes. And probably they've been saving all their life with the notion that they will withdraw in retirement. There is a second category of people who think that the tax return that they actually get every year is free money from the government. I wonder whether there is such a thing as free money. Again, all of this I have explained in the package which I have reserved for you. You will follow along, open, and then you will see the package for yourself. I put this as a question to you. If you were a financial advisor, what do you think we should do? What do you think we can do to prevent people from getting into this scenario? I mean, we are talking about 40 to 45 years of active work life that people save in their nest egg, just to come and discover at retirement, you don't have the 40 years to go back to wind the clock. You know, it doesn't make RRSP a bad product. It is the expectation of not knowing, the expectation of what you would get from it, that brings the frustration and the disappointment. And this is what we need to get many people to know and to avoid this scenario. There are many other strategies, and also in the package, I talk about strategies. There are options. You're not limited. RRSP is not the only plan that you can use for your retirement. And by the way, the primary objective of RRSP, which I explained in the package, is for those high income brackets to help them reduce their taxes. For this objective, the product is not suitable for everyone. As a plan for retirement, you need to find out whether it is suitable for you or not. Talk to an advisor. Again, all explained in the package. Follow along, open the package, and discover for yourself. If you already know about what I'm talking about, just save yourself some time and then you can go have coffee or go do some other things. And thank you for following along with me. So to explain how tax returns come about, in the first scenario, if your employer over-deducts, leading to over-contribution towards your taxes in the current year, at the end of the year, it's normal that you will get the excess contribution returned to you. In that case, it is your money, it's not free money from the government. The other scenario that can lead to tax return, in the course of the year, because your tax return is calculated based on your income of the previous year, if you get a salary raise or you work overtime many hours, in any case, it is an increase in your income in the current year. Definitely, by the end of the year, your contributions will be far less than is expected because you got a raise in income which was not calculated the previous year. So in this scenario, you may end up paying tax return to the government instead of getting tax return paid to you. So in the third case, there are some people who decide they have an RRSP account for whatever reason. When you use an RRSP account, what you literally are doing is you are telling the government that, I have your tax money here, but I'm not ready to pay it now. Please borrow it to me and I will pay it to you whenever I want to withdraw it. And most of the case is in retirement because it's a retirement plan. So this is borrowed money. The government's money in this scenario is not your money, it's the government's money. So in either case, there is nothing like a free money. It's either your money the government is returning to you or it's the government's money that you borrow. And if you borrow money, do you borrow money to spend? you better invest it. And I say this because I will come, stay tuned, I will explain what it means by borrowing, what the implication of that. That is the very issue I want to address in this video here. So friends, why is it important for us to talk about RRSP season? Well, it is about tax season, and as an advisor, it really becomes frustrating to see the level of financial education that is lacking within our communities. Do you know there are people who think that the money they get from tax return is actually free money from the government? Maybe you were thinking the same way, or you know someone that is thinking the same way. Do you know that there are implications for thinking this way? Imagine that money, the way they handle it, and eventually their finances down the road depends on the way they think about this money. There are other people as well who think that when they save money in RRSPs, and when they withdraw at retirement, there is no taxes. Or let me better put it, they didn't know that you have to pay taxes when you withdraw the money at retirement. Again, were you thinking that same way, or you know somebody who is thinking that way? I know a bunch of people have come across actually retirees who are frustrated and follow along. I'm going to explain. There are implications of thinking this way, really negative implications when it comes to how you handle your finances. There is one point I want to make really clear here. The primary purpose of an RRSP is to defer taxes for people in very high income brackets, because when they do get into retirement, their income is going to reduce and they will benefit from lower taxes. Is RRSP good for everyone? No. Is RRSP a bad product? No. It's actually good. There are people who is good for them. Think about yourself first. So, my friends, talking about implications, for those people who think that the money you get from your tax return is free money from the government, there are implications, and what are they? Imagine if you think that is actually free money, you would spend it most likely. And this is the problem I face with the people I have met who think this way. They spend the money and they could have saved it somewhere. If you're spending this money because you got tax return from over contribution, that is a different thing. It's your money, you can spend it the way you want it. But in the second scenario, if you actually get the tax return because you did contribute to RRSP, it means it's not your money. This is borrowed money. It's money you took from the government. Those of you who have followed the video along, I did explain that. So it's the tax you would have paid, but you choose to defer it and promising that you would pay back to the government when you withdraw money from that RRSP. So imagine you borrowing that money, and if you get as tax return, you get tax return, you spend it. This is money you should have saved or invested actively so that you can earn some interest on it before you would pay it back. Do you borrow money to spend it? This is a question I ask you. It's a challenge for you. It's mostly business people borrow money and they better invest it so that before they pay it back, they have some interest that they can keep. You don't want to be that person that is contributing to eat away, to chop away your own life savings, in addition to the natural inflation that will always naturally reduce the value of your money. In this other scenario, for those people who thought that when you save money in RRSP and you withdraw at retirement, there are no taxes paid, or in other words, they did not know that when you save money in RRSP, there will be taxes when you withdraw the money. What are the implications for that? These are the possibilities. We are talking here about 40 to 45 years of active work life. And when you know or believe that there are no taxes paid when you withdraw, you would trust this account and you would save all your life's savings. In other words, you are putting your eggs into one basket. And 40 years down the road or 45 years down the road, you find out that there were other strategies that you would have used. Imagine the frustration. This is what I'm talking about. people, retirees today, who are actually facing this, and they want to pass this message to you who is in active service, or even those who before they get into active service. So if you were thinking like these people, or you know somebody that is thinking this way, does it make sense for you to help them get out of this scenario? It is very frustrating. Particularly the challenge here is they were expecting to get something and you get something different. Imagine that frustration or the disappointment. This is the real issue. It's not about the RRSP. This is the message we want to send out, so we educate ourselves in our community to make our finances better. Follow along, because I'm going to talk now about strategies, which is very important. What are your own options? Remember, it's not about the products, it's about strategy. So talking about strategies, if you want to go somewhere from a destination point B from point A, you may want to get a Ferrari or use a Toyota or use a bicycle. They all have the objective of getting to that destination, but they use different strategies. Ferrari is somebody who can afford, is probably a business person, and they want to use a freeway to get there faster. Toyota is affordability, they can use the highway, and the bicycle is somewhat also affordability. They cannot afford either a Toyota or a Ferrari, and they will choose to use a regional road. They're using different strategies. Think about that just as an example. And in addition, you know that if you're using a bicycle, you don't have an engine. You are the engine powering the bicycle. This is what I mean by strategy. And if you're using a bicycle again, you don't want to go on a highway unless you know that you have your will written and up to date, and in case you're not coming back. So when it comes to the financial milieu, follow along and see. So when it comes to finances, did you know that some people use different means? Some use a home as a plan for their retirement. They buy a home, and when it comes to retirement, they do a reverse mortgage. So you pay off the mortgage, and at retirement, you reverse the mortgage and use it as your source of retirement income. Some people use their kids' education, meaning that they send their kids to school. For sending their kids to school is actually their plan for retirement. When they retire, their kids will probably get a job, and they will start supporting them on retirement. This is actually, as an advisor, I'm telling you, these are different plans that we come across. Some can use TFSA, some use RRSP, some use cash value life insurance, just to give you a diversity of strategy. When we're talking about strategy, it's not about the product again. Whether you use RRSP, cash value life insurance, is because of the underlying strategy that the product carries. Again, remember, you don't buy a product because someone tells you to buy it. You buy a product because you have educated yourself about the underlying strategy that is going to get you to your financial objectives. So now that you know about different strategies that people use as a plan for retirement, I want to highlight what is common between them and what is different. All these strategies have a common contribution phase with minor differences. They also have a withdrawal phase at retirement. That's where the major difference comes. Because we're talking about RRSP specifically, you have to understand that when you contribute in RRSP at retirement, you need to start withdrawing that money. So it only goes downhill from here. And because you're withdrawing and paying some in taxes, you soon run out of funds. With the other products, they potentially, in addition to withdrawing directly from the funds, you have the potential of using a collateral strategy, which allows you to collateralize your savings without touching them, allowing them to compound even further, while you tap into the collateral from scratch, from zero. So it will take much longer for the collateral to catch up with your funds. This way, you can prolong the duration that you have access to your retirement funds, and that can potentially increase your lifespan as well. I am not going to talk about which products use which strategy. I'm not here going to advertise one product over the other. I stick to the strategy that I mentioned to make people understand that RRSP has options of strategy. It's not the only plan that you can use for retirement planning. Find out from an advisor which plan carries the strategy that meets your own objective. Now, in summary, I would like to thank you first for watching. The first point is you need to understand your own objective, because the banks already took care of their own objectives. You have to take care of yourself. And if you don't have the knowledge, talk to an advisor. I'm going to come up with a video very soon, probably in a week, talking about why you need an advisor. Remember, you don't pay an advisor. The second point is you need to seek a strategy, not a product. You don't buy a product, like I said, because a bank or any financial institution asks you to buy that product, even if it's a recommendation. You buy it because you understand the underlying strategy and it meets your own objective. If you don't have the knowledge, again, talk to an advisor. At the third point, you need to actively participate in your own savings. Your aim should be to beat inflation. Today, a lot of people understand inflation, thank goodness. Before today, when you talk about inflation, people don't even have time to listen to it. But I think you don't need to explain to anybody today what is meant by inflation. And if you are just foot to foot with inflation, then you are not making money. For you to make money, you need to beat inflation. Fourth point, if you do not understand the strategy, don't buy the product. And the last point again, which I already mentioned, consult an advisor. You don't pay an advisor. This is your source of financial education. And again, it makes the point of this video, I could not be everywhere at the same time. There is a song which says, if I could be at two places at the same time, what would you do? To me, I would share this information with you, but I cannot be, so this video is going to help me do that. They say the way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. A lot of people, including me, as human beings, we are good at this, but this is an ongoing battle. We need to get better at starting to do it and stop talking about it. So at this point, I really want to thank you. I appreciate you for staying this far. Thank you for watching. My name is George Wong. Financial Lighthouse is an attempt, particularly in this unprecedented times in our economies. We need to get financial education so that we can all fix our finances. You know, there is a song which says, if I could be in two places at the same time, what would you do? To me, I would share this financial information with you, but since I cannot be in two places at the same time, this video is going to help do that. So if you like what you heard here, please do your friend a favor, do your relatives a favor, do your colleagues a favor, share with them so that we can all fix our finances. Please, you can subscribe to my video if you like the content so that you'll be, I have more videos coming up. One will be on why you need an advisor. You need to talk to an advisor. Remember, you don't pay an advisor. The second one, I would like to talk about the need to invest. You know, oh my gosh, with inflation today, you cannot overemphasize why people need to invest money. If you are making 7%, just meeting up with inflation, you are not making money. You're just keeping the value of your money, like the same people were keeping money under their mattresses or under their pillow. Today, you have to outpace inflation. That is why you need to watch out for the next video that will be coming on why you need to invest. And thank you for watching again. Like the video, subscribe or share either one. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you.